Even though I bought 10 small Israeli koi today from Cascade Water Gardens in Bury. That's owned by an old friend of mine, Dave Dyson. And I couldn't help reminding myself of the time I took Dave to Japan. I believe it was the first time, but I'll stand to be corrected. It was a spring visit for the whole of April, and Dave came along for the trip, and there were other guys with us at the time, some leading koi enthusiasts from the UK, people like Bill Oakley, Ian Stewardson, Stan Collinge, and a guy from the south of England I'd never met before called Ron Parler. Anyway, on the flight over, Dave mentioned to me that if I could find him high-class small koi, he'd buy them all. And I looked at him and decided to see how he progressed as we visited the breeders. Anyway, after a few days, we were in No More a Bar, and the others mentioned that Dave had not bought a single koi, although they had, and he got the nickname of No Koi Dyson. Anyway, I said to him, I said, "Are you really looking for some high-grade small koi?" He said, "Of course." He said, "If I see them, I'll buy them all." I said, "Well, as it happens, I'm a member of the Rinyu Club that's based in Mushigame Village. And in spring, they hold one auction for the members, which is for small koi. And in autumn, they hold another auction for all the members, which consist of larger sizes. I said, this one is for small koi. And before the auction starts, there is a show outside on the apron of the Mushigame post office, where these koi are judged. Well, Dave was looking forward to this thing, you know, and of course we attended the show, and Dave looked around the show ponds before the auction started, and he came over to me. He said, "Pete, this is the kind of koi I'm looking for. Look, I don't understand the language." He said, "But presumably I can sit next to you and you can bid on my behalf." I said, "Yeah, that's easy, Dave. I'll do that, you know." He said, "Yeah," he said, "I've looked at them all closely. They are very high quality, and I'll be buying the lot." I said, "Oh." He said, "How many koi will come through in a lot?" I said, well, usually one. Dave said, is that all? I said, yeah, it's one koi per lot. Oh. He said, anyway, I'll sit next to you at the auction. And it was funny, you know. The first koi came through and Dave said, Pete, I'll pay up to £40 for this koi. So I said, okay, Dave, right. And the auction started and I had my finger out. After a few minutes, Dave said, what's the price now, Peter? I said, it's £120 at the moment. He said, well, stop bidding. I don't want that for that money. I said, it's all right, I'm bidding for myself. And he looked at me as though to say, the man's mad. You know, anyway, I bought the koi. And this continued throughout the auction. Dave slowly came round to understanding that these may well be special koi. Now I was buying anything I could find. In the end, Dave said, when another koi came through, one of the winners of the show, he said, look, Peter, I'll pay up to £100 for this one. So I started bidding, and the starting price was over £100. And Dave said, well, what's the price now? I said, it's 250. He said, stop bidding. I said, I'm bidding for myself. Well, the auction went on. And in the end, I'd bought, I can't remember now, but I think I'd bought around 18 lots, all small koi, 5-inch, 6-inch, something like that, but very high quality koi. And Dave had not bought a thing again. No koi Dyson. Anyway, after the auction, I paid for the koi, and we took them down round the corner into one of Shintro's outside ponds. And it was there that I photographed them and sized them. And then, as the darkness approached, we went back to the hotel. Immediately, I got transferred the photos from my camera to my computer and started emailing them to people who told me they were interested in this kind of koi. So I posted, as far as I can recall, I posted all of the koi. And later met up with the rest of the guys, including Dave, at No More Bar in Nagaoka. And Dave said to me, he said, Peter, you bought 18 koi at the auction today. I said, yes, that's right. Yeah, I did. He said, do you have a rough idea of how much you paid for them? I said, yeah, I think I paid, I can't remember, but I think I paid about £6,000 for them all. So Dave went back to deliberation and then came back a few minutes later. He said, Peter, he said, would you take £7,000 for the 18 koi you bought? I said, Dave, I've already sold 4 of them. And that's more than I need to sell. The others will be a bonus, but I'll probably be getting replies back tomorrow about them. And then the penny dropped with Dave. I said, of course, there's other auctions. Well, when's the next auction at the Renew Club? I said, this time next year. Poor old Dave. He went back to the UK. No koi Dyson. It was a funny period. I do hope the penny dropped with him. You know, you can buy cheap koi and you can buy good koi, but there's no cheap, good koi. Don't get me wrong, Dave and I are the best of friends. We've always been the best of friends. He's a great guy. But I had to mention this one. And thanks for listening.